And listen, our special guest this morning, it's Holby City legend and classical singing superstar, it's Jules Knight. Well, I don't know about grumpy, but you look ridiculously good-looking for this time of day.
I don't feel it. It's the makeup, honestly.
Jules' diverse talents have seen him sell over 1 million albums, singing baritone in operatic pop quartet Blake, and of course he became one of Holby City's favourite characters as heartthrob Dr. Harry Dressler. Now he's left Holby's corridors to pursue No, I don't fancy him. I'm just sort of empathising with the ladies here. He's now pursuing a solo singing career, and of course your debut album, which I have here, is on the way. Jules Knight, Change of Heart.
Yes.
That's a nice title.
Thank you.
Your idea?
It was. It's sort of trying to reflect the idea that I've been acting for a couple of years and had a little bit of change of heart because I miss singing. So decided to make a solo album.
Well, look, we're going to talk in a minute, but I want to get straight to this. So let's take a look at Jules in studio recording a track from the album. This is Randy Newman's, it's a great track, this, Feels Like Home.
Feels like home to me. Feels like I'm on the way back to where I come from. It feels like home to me. Feels like home.
I was really pleased when I learnt yesterday that you were coming on today because, to do them credit, a lot of actors are great actors, but they don't have much of a hinterland. There's not a lot, frankly, to talk to them about, you know, apart from the part that they're in, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
But you have such an interesting backstory, you. I mean, you're a graduate from St Andrews, yeah? And you were there when Kate was there, and Wills, you hung out with them. Do you get fed up with people asking, like he said, covering himself, do you get fed up with people asking you about your friendship with them?
Just say yes and leave it there.
Shut up, Anne. Don't sabotage my
I was saying last night, I sort of, potentially maybe I asked for it because I did answer questions about it when they decided to get married. Yeah. And I could have said no, I'm not going to talk about it at all. But I just decided if you could say positive celebratory things about them, then I thought why not? And they are very nice, down-to-earth people.
Were you housemates?
I lived next door but one to Will for a couple of years,
right.
and we studied the same subjects and stuff. So I knew them before they got together. Yeah.
And you kind of hung out and got soaked in a shower and
fountain
rather.
Yeah,
not a shower. Sorry, can I correct that?
Not a shower. That was a different story. I got to know them quite well, and I suppose it was just a very unique experience to be at university, having got to know them as people who were just. You know, well, he wasn't obviously, but she was a normal person. Yeah. And to see their friendship blossom. I suppose I was in a sort of unique position to see that. But, I never told any stories, so...
No, you never have. No, I understand that. OK, well, that's good. Now, St Andrews, of course, is quite isolated, isn't it?
It is, in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, so it must be like being in a bubble.
Well, sometimes someone would come on the train and the nearest station was Lucas, which was about 20 minutes away, and I got so claustrophobic being in St Andrews that I would actually say, can I come with you to pick them up from the station, because I just wanted to get I wanted to get out of St Andrews for half an hour. So it was small, but it was good fun. A lot of drinking and not much studying.
You're
but
kidding me.
it was good fun.
What were you reading?
History of art.
History of art. What did you get?
That's
a fair question.
I've never answered this question on TV. I got a dreadful 2-2.
It's not dreadful.
That's not dreadful.
I got a 2-2 as well.
Okay, good. I feel better now because he's a clever
Listen,
guy.
I left school at 16, so come on. I
went to university either.
I should have got better, but I didn't really study that much.
Okay, that's the story of many of the students' lives. And you were at Winchester, and you sang there.
Yeah, so I was a chorister from the age of 7. So I've actually been singing, since I was very young, and was lucky to tour the world when I was 9. And
who with?
Winchester Cathedral Choir. So that was my singing background.
Are you on one of their Christmas records?
Most of them, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The Christmas carols?
Yeah. So, I did a lot of singing when I was younger. And then when I was about 18, I decided, I was going to give up singing completely. Went to university.
Stop there, hang on. Why? That's a big decision.
Because I was it was overkill. It was too much.
Bored.
Yeah, I'd done so much singing, and it was a little bit like working at a very young age. I mean, I wasn't down the mines, but I was,
No.
I was.
But in a sense, then, did you feel a bit forced into it? Did you feel that?
Yeah, a little bit. Oh, my mum's going to be watching this
That's
game.
all right.
Don't
Parents
say
are
that.
pussy, that's cool.
No, yeah, I did. I suppose, I didn't have much of a choice, and I was at boarding school from 7 for 6 years, and I woke up on Christmas Day at school. So when I got to 13, then to get to your next school, it's sort of expected that you'll be on a music scholarship or a choral scholarship. So then you carry on. You don't have much of a choice, but you're on the train, and your parents want you to get money off the school fees and stuff. So you basically have to carry on until you're 18.
Well, what a huge lifestyle change then to doing that, quite rarefied, very artistic, and then you're a heartthrob in Holby.
Yeah.
Extraordinary.
So I went to drama school after university because actually as soon as I got to university I decided, no, I want to be an actor, and I thought, well, why have I come to university studying history of art for 4 years?
Yeah.
But it was too late by then. So I did the 4 years and went to drama school, and then the Blake thing happened and we were signed on this £1 million record deal to Universal, and I became a singer again, just completely by chance.
So how did you get into Holby? We're seeing you there.
I auditioned, and I'd been in Blake for about 6 years, and I decided that enough was enough, and that we'd done our thing, and I'd had a good bite of the apple. But
I'm starting to get a sense of you that you're an enough is enough guy, aren't you?
Yeah,
you
I
bit
like
and then
moving on, and I like new
At some
things.
point, you're going to become a professor of history of art or something.
Yes, he'll come.
You haven't used that
I
yet.
can guarantee that that's not going to happen. I really don't know anything about histoy of art.
That hasn't held a lot of people back on television before.
You're going into Holby, aren't you?
No, I did, if we were just talking about, I did an episode last year and then they resurrected my hypochondriac character. In fact, last week, I was back on the ward last week.
We worked together, actually.
Yeah,
Did you?
yeah, last year.
There was some kind of, was it a colonic irrigation?
It was, well, there was a bit of trap, there was a metal probe involved. Yes, yeah.
I forget.
How quickly you forget!
I get confused. There are so many patients on the train.
Well, talking of confusion, I mean, you were in hospital recently on something completely unconnected with work, and people thought you were a doctor.
I was there with a friend, and she was admitted with this emergency, and I was asking a few questions about how it was going, and they said, well, sorry, are you a doctor? Because you sort of seem to know all the lingo. And I said, oh no, I'm not. And then later on, the machines were beeping, and I sort of said, look, sorry, do you mind just having a look? Because there sort of seems to be some weird messages coming up on the machine. Yeah, and they said, oh, you know what you're doing, don't you? And then I realised that obviously the whole hospital knew that I was in Holby. And
How funny.
Every time I walked past someone, they were like, giving me the nod. So
It would be surreal, wouldn't it, to be in a hospital and see a guy from Holby, a doctor from Holby in a hospital. You'd
Well, I
get very
think
confused.
some of the patients were quite confused.
I bet they
got
were,
people going, doctor. I said, you do not want me to come and treat you, I can tell you that.
Would have been so funny if they rushed out of theatre and said, we need another hand in here. Doctor, come in. Make an incision. Would have been great. OK, well, stick around, because you're going to do the papers and stuff for us and take part in all the discussions. And here's what you can expect from us this morning.